welcome to another installment of Epitomic Entrepreneurs, brought to you by MoneyWeb TV. I have Eric here from Africa Ride. Hi, Eric.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
I'm well, thanks. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thanks a lot for joining us on the show.
Great.
Eric, do you mind just telling us a bit about Africa Ride?
Well, Africa Ride is a brainchild of me. Of course, it's a transportation company that connect riders and drivers to go to the destination that they want to go. So I started this business in 2012, and with technology going, and then in 2015, I had to rebrand from the company that was called Epitomic Shuttles to Africa Ride, so that we can be able to attract a lot of people who are coming in Africa to get into African countries that apps that are transportation apps, they're not there. When people come to Africa, they want to be welcomed. Africa is well known for the warmth of people. So when they come from London, wherever, America, they say, we want to go to Africa, and when we are in Africa, we want to use Africa Ride because we understand that they want to show us the place that we have never seen before. So Africa Ride is just an app to connect people.
And isn't it tough being in the same space as the Ubers and the Lyfts of the world?
Well, I guess, but if you look at the transportation, the evolution of transport, we started like way back, in the 18, whatever, 17, we were using 2 series, these things. Yeah. But then now, companies like companies like Ford, they started to build cars, but then we had actually the horses, the cows, that we actually use for transport. Then now, as things they are going, changes even also in technology happens. And now we have got flights, we've got everything. So now there's apps. Yeah. So then we are in the same space of really transporting people, if I should say.
And with regards to Uber and the competitors, do you guys see that you guys have the market in South Africa?
Yeah, well, I think for me, really based in South Africa, I understand the market of, I've been in this business for 5 years, so I'm not a new baby. And when we look at the needs of our people, for example, if you go to funerals, in the rural areas, or you go to parties whatsoever, people, they want to use vehicles that actually can accommodate many people. So we thought, in our application, we just have to use what Africans want, we then have to put from sedan until to a big bus where the whole community can just go into a particular area. And also, most importantly, our people, they are used to personal touch. These things of technology, yes, is there, but they feel like they want to speak to a person. For example, when you are at the airport, we make sure that we welcome people with a name board where it becomes personal. We can engage somebody, like for example, just a few weeks ago, we were transporting a CEO of a big company, and then this guy, it was the first time he comes in the country. When he got there, and then he found somebody waiting for them, welcoming them, even though we were using the app, but we just made it personal. He felt special, and he felt, wow, this is great. I would rather use you guys as opposed to the other guys.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And then, how do you guys keep up with the technological changes in your industry?
Well, I think we keep up by just really doing some research and look what is out there, what are our clients really wanting. For example, the app is just an enabler, but it has to be a business, out there. So for me, really, technology is there, but the business has to really make sense. So we have got a team of people who are actually going out there to check, what can we do? What can we improve? Doing some research out there. Even myself, I do research every day where I check, okay, what are apps that are out there? What are they doing differently? Can we improve? Can we just decrease whatever? So we are actually up on top of our game.
And then what high-profile individuals have you transported recently? I'm sure there must be some big names out there.
Man, we've done a number of work, man. The one that can come in my mind currently is Randy Zuckerberg, sister to the famous Mark Zuckerberg, the one who's making us not sleep every day. We are always on Facebook. So, we were transporting her, when she came here in the country, and just like last week or so. So, she, one of the things that she said, say, you guys are really, you're amazing. I just feel like, I'm part of this. In fact, by the way, her husband is from Cape Town. When she was bragging about us, he said, you see, our guys from South Africa, they actually, very, very, very good in actually giving a good service. So, so that's them, including with JT Fox and some CEOs of different companies, and then we have transported them.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And then when you're looking at the entrepreneurial space in South Africa, where do you think we are compared to the rest of the world? Do you think what opportunities do you think South Africa is going to be presented with in the coming months or years?
Well, I think where we are at compared to the other countries, I will say we are getting there. I've seen a lot of hungry from a lot of people here in the country who want to do things, but then the problem that we face is just the infrastructure, and also with regards, for example, if you want to download something on the data, man, it just takes so long. Or if you are going to buy a data for 100 Rand, it only lasts for 2 days, for some couple of hours.
Yeah.
Whereas those guys, the data is just galore.
Yeah.
So for us, if we can have those infrastructure where data is available as those guys in America or Europe, I think in terms of development, we will then really take over, because I've seen there's some guys really who do my social media and also the branding and marketing. These guys, they don't sleep, brother. I just pray that if we had actually a data. And we actually even have a center where people can come. We can actually go and get people from there at Lokshen, Ekasi, and bring them into where there is data and infrastructure. Our country can go. And in fact, that gave me an idea, for example, to say, you know what, I think I should create something called Africa Ride Hub, where everybody, some entrepreneurs who like Silicon Valley, where the guys can come, and when they sit there, they can actually rub off each other the energy. Then you will see 24 hours it will be open, and then now Africa Ride will then sponsor the trips, where then people from wherever far they are, they can come and really experience the energy here, and then we just give back to the community.
Yeah.
For me, really, I think the entrepreneurship here is gaining the momentum, and watch the space within 2, 3, 5 years from now, most probably will be like Silicon Valley.
Okay, and Eric, if you could just explain to us how the drivers are compensated with being with Africa Ride.
We looked at, we need to actually create wealth in this country. Our actually wealth is actually going outside the country mostly. And I felt like, a driver cannot be creating a wealth with just a vehicle, but they need to actually own something. So what we did, we actually put all the drivers that are coming on Africa Ride in a trust, and that trust will own part of Africa Ride. So these actually drivers, they are owning the business with us. So when they're going to be seeing this video, they will say, oh, wow, that's actually my business partner. I'm not their boss. So I'm their business partner that actually create wealth with them. So in that way, then when we say we want things like insurance, or we want filling stations, we can actually create our own, where these drivers, they feel entitled, where if I need to make a decision as well, I actually engage with them, where we make a decision that benefit both of us.
And Eric, what 5 tips would you have for up-and-coming entrepreneurs, current entrepreneurs, from your side?
I think number one, I will say know who you are, and once you know who you are, you will not be distracted by things that are going around you, because people come up with things they can entice you and things that they don't actually speak with your values. Know where you are, and then know where you are going, where you want to go. So when you know where you are going, then you will also again be, yes, there's some noises that are happening, but I've got this baby that I'm trying to create called Africa Ride, and even though there may be distractions, I'm going to be going on. So number 3, then have a business coach. So a business coach, these are people who are actually out there who have done the work before you, who knows the experience. Once you have them, then you will not be able to experience any challenges, because for example, if you don't have a business coach, like you have done your MBA or whatever advance, somebody who has got work experience, when they show you a crease, if you want to do 1, 2, 3, please do it cuts it's not cut corners, but it's they've done work for you, they've paid the school fees for you, you just need to walk. So then number 4, I will say be hungry. My pastor was saying that, one day in the church, he said, you see, with regards to hunger, when you are hungry, hunger is a currency to buy anything in the whole world. When you then hungry, then you will then do whatever it takes to go to Germany, do whatever it takes to go to Silicon Valley. But if you're not hungry, I cannot be hungry for you, unfortunately. So, and then number 5, I will say, entrepreneurs, they can either create something new, or they can find something that is existing and just improve. There's nothing wrong about that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of companies, I mean, you look at Capitec, the guys are really panicking currently. You know, they remember in the past, they actually used to close and at 3.
Yeah.
And on Saturday, they close at, I think, at 10. But now, it has given them, the Capitec has given them a push. Now they close at 5,
Yeah.
which is good. So then Capitec found a niche and improved. So again, I can say that everybody want to come in business. They could just find a niche and then say, you know what, this thing is new, it's by me, but or they can create, can improve on something that is already existing out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, thanks a lot for your time today. You just want to tell the guys where they can find your app and how to get hold of you.
Oh, really? Thank you. They could actually go to App Store or Play Store and type Africa Rider. They'll find our app sitting there, download and then use us. And they could also go to our website, www.africaride.co.za. And most importantly, they could also even email us if they want to keep in touch with us, contact@africaride.co.za.
Yeah, thanks a lot for joining us. And this is another installment of Epitomic Entrepreneurs brought to you by MoneyWeb TV.